Everybody lies. It's human nature. Doesn't matter if you're a good person or a bad person. You've most certainly told a lie. Throughout social media, lies are told, either to misinform, to save a career, or to simply gain sympathy. It doesn't matter when or where. You will always see people lie, and I want to talk about it. I've met many people throughout my life, and one of the kind of people I dislike the most are the ones who are two completely different people. As I've had a friend who isn't the best person. They were pretty toxic and a bit of an ass in our friend group. But whether it be to impress people or get a fling, it was as if they put on a whole new face. The way they would make fun of others in an unplayful way, or be a complete jackass toward different communities and genders, to pretending that they love them, upsets me not because I care for the lies they tell, but the fact that these people don't know the true person they're talking to, as they simply want something from this person, and once they've gotten what they need, they either drop or ghost that person. But when they make a mistake, it goes everywhere. But if they move to a new place, they get a new face, and it happens all over again. Another type of lying I've seen is those who get caught red-handed, either it be shocking a dog online, being a PDF file, or being a horrible friend, partner, or person. You see the way people try and hide these truths. Even if they know they won't be able to get away from this, they still play at the heartstrings of their fans to cement themselves into their minds and try to keep the little support they could have left after their careers crumble. If they don't use their face, it's easier for them to come back on the internet though. They become more cautious, trying their hardest to bury their past, and yet somehow many still make the same mistake again. But it's not really a mistake this time, it was a choice, which is strange, as they've been ridiculed off the internet and been shown the error and problems their actions have caused, and yet they choose to make the same choice again. I can't seem to understand the way people choose to support these influencers who do awful things, and the truth is, nobody will care because if the situation dies out, they give themselves a few more years to return back onto the platform, at least depending on the severity of their actions. There's a line you cross where you can no longer return to the internet. Some people, however, will gladly support these creators without giving it a second thought. While I'm all for second chances, for me, it always depends on what they have done and the honesty of their apologies. But with the internet, there's no clear way to tell if someone is being sincere or dishonest, as they can always just remake their entire apology. Because to me, being an influencer or someone who is popular on social media is not being your true self, but an actor. Because everyone wants to appear like a saint in people's eyes. The worst one in my opinion, however, is lying to misinform and to create conflict, which shouldn't come as a shock, but is mainly in major news. But to as to why this upsets me, is the fact that it can ruin someone's ability to think for themselves. As to me, the worst type of people are those who don't listen because it doesn't align with their views. Now, it's not a bad thing to disagree with others, but it's no excuse to not listen to what someone has to say, as it's always a different view to take in. However, the media seems to misinform for profit, not caring for the problems it creates and the split it creates in the community of other countries, specifically the United States for me, which is something I talk about a lot. But it's futile to beat a dead horse. So why does any of this matter? To me, it's because it shows how, as people, we are all different. To each good person, there is someone bad. But no one starts this way, which is why I want to know their stories and why they do the things they do. Everybody lies. There's nothing you can do about that. But it's still good to know when lying goes too far, to be able to inform yourself that not every person is who they seem to be. It's obvious, but sometimes a good actor makes you absorb their character, and you forget to look for the little things.